September 16th, 1937, and two lovers are sitting side by side in a doctor's office. Both are well dressed and surely folks of means. They seem to have so much in common, but with an obvious difference that makes your mind wonder. What two different worlds did those endeared emerge? Their movements and demeanors are synchronized. What a perfect match. To the natural eye in 1937, how could these two be one? You see, he is a white man of Jewish descent and she is a colored woman. They are visiting the doctor's office to get test results from his most recent migraines, and a final conversation between the two lovers takes place. She reveals a wonderful secret that she has been concealing for more than 2 months. Upon hearing and digesting her revelation, his heart and entire being is filled with great joy. With loving concern, she kisses his forehead and sits close to him, holding his hand. Their conversation goes something like this. The silence is broken and we hear her say, "Darling, you know I love you with all my heart. I can't keep secrets from you." And he adoringly answers her, "And I love you." She gently interrupts him by kissing him softly on the lips and begins to cry. Then he pulls out his handkerchief and gently wipes her eyes, and with deep concern answers her with a softer voice. "What is it? Why are you crying? Have I done something wrong, darling?" She looks in his eyes with an intentional pause. No, you are so perfect. You're going to be a father." With a buoyant joy, he pulls her close and lovingly embraces her, pressing her in his arms and kisses her. "What? Why, that's wonderful news. When was this confirmed?" She is hesitant to speak because she had been concealing this miracle for months. Dr. Groves confirmed the expectancy in July. "I didn't tell you sooner because I did not know if you would be happy." "What? How could a fellow not be happy with news like this? We have to get married." Jerome is progressive. His intentions are well before his time, and because in those days, interracial union was forbidden in most states. There were interracial relationships, but there was little talk of marriage. The love that they shared inspired him to imagine family life. He gently lifts her up and spins her slowly with joy, then gently places her back on her feet. "Oh, please forgive me, my love. Sit down. Come on, sit down." Can you imagine the scene? Well, it is brimming with joy between the two lovers. A little giddy and awkward because there are other folks in the waiting room, and the emotions are mixed, as you could imagine. Let's face it, a colored woman and a white man expressing outward emotions towards one another in public? You can gather by his lack of reservation that he doesn't care what anyone thinks, and with taking a closer look, it's even clearer that she seems to be cautious and concerned about what eavesdroppers may be thinking. She finally calms down Jerome's bubbly energy. "Darling, I'm fine. Our little surprise is not due until March." Oh well, enough of these stories of long ago love. Velvet Sky, pages 17, 18, and 19.